Reasonably surprised that Hammer picked Greentooth Gorge over Greentooth Jungle Redux.
Yeah, I mean,
It has buildings, and
exactly. Nids have a history of just being unable to deal with garrisons, and Greentooth Gorge has several at key locations.
indeed it does. So, well, I guess Hammer is really confident. But why wouldn't he be? He hasn't dropped a single game so far. And he can even drop 2 now, and he would still have a good chance of winning. So let's see how it goes.
Oh man, I'm so hungry. I've just been sitting here talking all day.
It's 2 a.m. here, so...
Oh man.
No, it's only 1 a.m. I think. Yeah, it's only 1
I think. I'm not sure what time it is, but it's late.
Yeah. Well, it's day before Sylvester evening, so...
Oh, right, really, exactly, yeah.
Having your sleep rhythm all fucked up is not all that bad when you plan on staying up all night.
On guard.
So, for everybody wondering, the finals is not actually a best of 5, but it's 2 best of 3s. So the result is basically the same. So whoever wins 4 games wins the tournament. But the difference is HolyHammer already won 2 games against Vindicare, so he only has to win 2 more. So it's actually a best of 7, so to speak.
I'm glad you explained that. You made that a lot simpler than what I would have said.
Okay.
Bring forth the
so well,
armor.
Artificer's armor is now the first purchase. So Vindicare is kind of like moving forward the moment of the time in the game where he buys Artificer's armor more and more over the games, versus Akra in Tier 2, then somewhere in the middle of Tier 1, and now at the right at the beginning of Tier 1.
Right, exactly. And he immediately jumps up to 120 energy and 1,020 health.
Under attack! Fire! Scouts ready. That's a good position. Adding power generator.
Yeah, but as much as we bash on Force Commander, let's not forget that Space Marines without the Force Commander would pretty much not be able to beat Nids at all. So.
Oh no, yeah, it's a fact. Space Marine and Nids have a long history.
Yeah, but like I think the new Force Commander really makes the matchup.
No,
let's say Space Marines can fight back now. Like with hammer in the face and so on. Sorry. Hammer is going for warriors, just like Akra in the first game.
I hear you. Go ahead.
And there they go, right into that garrison.
The fight is here.
You can see as soon as it appears they're going in there, HolyHammer just goes ahead and turns around and doesn't even want to bother with it.
Maybe he can kill that one model? No. Well, warrior DPS. No problem at all, and the Force Commander is pretty much on his own, but of course he will still be able to cause a lot of disruption and soak up a lot of time. He's actually retreating his tacticals instead of going into the building again.
The Tyranid swarm is overwhelming a victory point.
Lightning Claws, Termagants? No. That's a quote from Hammer, by the way. We played a 2v2 and Akra killed some unit with Termagant melee, and Hammer was like, Lightning Claw, Termagants. So, there's a Devastator now, but I think Hammer wanted to build a Ravener anyway, because that's what Nids do.
Scouts up top getting scared into a garrison as well. I'm gonna be able to keep harassing those Hormigons.
Adding power generator. I fear nothing but iron. Scouts here. Go ahead. Scouts ready. Scouts here. Go ahead. Scouts ready. Scouts under attack.
Generator operation.
Yeah, there's just been a lot of running back and forth, hit and run right into all those garrisons.
And there's a 4-squad bomber squad desperately trying to kill scouts, but
Yeah, I know.
I don't know if Hammer regrets not vetoing Green Tooth Gorge, or, well, he proposed it, didn't he? Well, proposing Green Tooth Gorge. I wonder if he regrets it yet.
Brother, I am hit.
Map control is relatively even.
The enemy is claiming a victory point.
Relatively means that Vindicare.
I was about to say, Vindicare has actually been doing really well holding the wreck points.
Yeah. He's actually pretty high lead. Those scouts may be in a little bit of trouble, may lose 2 models, one to turbo guns, one to a flash up. Yep, one model goes down, but no flash up from HolyHammer.
Might be waiting to use it on these tags and get them in with the warriors.
Yeah. Let's see where the Devastator is. Here it comes out.
Here it comes.
And yeah, that's a dead tech model.
Oh my
no.
goodness. Going for Pro Strike. Those Raveners are very low though.
Yeah, they don't have a jump shield. That's pretty tough.
Oh,
Ouch.
2 of them go down.
And the Devastator squad sets up into some random location. Yeah, the fact that Raveners don't have a jump shield makes it pretty tough to barrel a shot at. And those scouts are in a bit of trouble.
One warrior there at the end on retreat from that Devastator.
So that was a very nice engagement for Vindicare, because now Hammer has to reinforce a lot of energy heavy units, so he won't be tier 2 for a pretty long time.
Yeah, and Vindy's hitting the tier 2 button right now.
The enemy is capturing one of our strategic
Force
points.
Commander constantly getting kited by those Termagon broods.
Yeah, well, HolyHammer is really, really good with his micro of Tomagons and, well, basically everything.
No, there's a reason we keep seeing him in the finals of all these tournaments.
Yep. There's got to be a reason. So,
Look, they're getting a special attack right out of the cloak there.
and scouts are going into some random buildings again. Because it's what they do. Lictor not able to snipe off that tech model again. Maybe one more hit?
Nope, no, he got caught on the pathing.
Yeah, well, Lictor pathing. Will we see another Viping nade? No, Hammer's too smart.
Oh yeah, and he just walked right past it. Very, very well played there. Learned his lesson from last time.
Yeah, that was nicely done. Hammer's pushing back on map control quite a bit.
Yeah, he is, and he's pushing into tier 2 now as well. Not that far behind. Adrenal glands already triggered on the warrior brutes.
Vindy's actually going for a librarian first, not a devastator this Razorback this time. Maybe he expects Hammer to be tier 2 quicker than Actor was last time. Or maybe
it'll definitely help keep that Devastator able to stay in the fight and actually provide some covering fire.
And if the Force Commander decides to get some weapon and you put Veil of Time on him,
oh yeah.
So that's how Hammer actually likes it to be. The warriors are there tying stuff up, and meanwhile the Termagants deal with the Force Commander. But ultimately he also won't be able to win that engagement.
Oh no, and Smite combined with a couple Kraken rounds pops one of those warriors and knocks back a lot of the
It's against the scouts, but there's a building, but Hammer's got a Spore Mine call in ready, which is pretty much a sure kill.
Oh, there it is.
There it is.
The Termagants are getting in position for the retreat.
We'll get one explosion off and then he will kill him.
There we go. I actually think he would have been alright if he would have just run north. Oh my gosh, they're gonna get out.
Well, I guess speed 6.5 is pretty fast.
Yes, it is. But yeah, I think if he actually would have just went around top over to where his Force Commander was, he would have been alright.
I am pinned here.
Issuing new weapon loadouts.
And again, the Power Fist from Vindicare. I don't really understand that, but
this time we do see some Gene Stealers coming in from HolyHammer.
Well, maybe Vindicare wants to prove a point that like Thunderhammer is not really overpowered, so he uses Power Fist and wins anyway.
I'm not sure what his plan is.
It's the only thing I can think of, because I can't think of any reason why he would want to get Power Fist.
When you're facing all these gaunts, yeah. I mean, especially with Smite, you can do Smite and a Power Fist shot, or a Thunderhammer shot, and just start shredding models. The Librarian did have to fall back. Force Commander getting pretty low.
Will... No, it won't go down.
And Adrenalband Warriors and Raveners forcing off the Scout Squads down there in the middle.
So where's the Lictor at? Ah, he's retreating.
He fell back. He tried to flank that Devastator, but got caught in the suppression fire and had to get out of there.
So here are the Gene Stealers, and he actually already has got Adrenal Gland Warriors, so those Gene Stealers have, I think, melee skill 80 or something. They are really good now. He pops the Frenzy ability. That tech one is definitely a goner. That's a nice first engagement. And I think, at least now, Vindicare is probably regretting not getting Thunderhammer. Devastator in the building, of course, is pretty annoying for HolyHammer, that is.
The scouts are moving in to try to drop a grenade on that suppressed Hormagon squad.
Yeah, Hammer will have to retreat. But there's a huge fight going on, so his attention is kind of caught up.
Yeah, there's a good split going on here. Nice special attack by the Librarian. Thunderhammer also just causing some serious hurt on that Lictor.
Oh, Hormagon's still not retreating.
Hammer just has to go ahead and fall back at this point.
Okay. Now that Hammer sees that he lost the middle engagement, he also retreats his Hormagons. And is getting a zone throw. So, HolyHammer is kinda really trying to combat this with Nip Tier 2. He will need some sick multitasking and micro to do this.
The task unfinished is a prayer unanswered. The tide of battle turns to the righteous.
Oh man. I'm not sure how high the quality of the stream is, so I don't know if everybody could have read that. Little OP. Yeah, this game is looking really good for Vindicare. Especially because Hammer will need so much APM and micro to win any fights from now on.
Yeah, I mean, if he plays all his squads right, I mean, he can do some damage. Oh, I feel like he could have, get those Gene Stealers over there.
Ouch. Yeah, but
I think they were just a second too late. If he would have reacted a bit sooner, he probably could have gotten that retreat path a little bit better. Oh, Force Commander's teleporting in.
But he gets,
and has Veil of Time as well, so he needs to be very careful with that zone growth.
Yeah, but Hammer with the instant reaction instantly cripples him and then knocks him back with the zone throw. That's really well played. So
yeah, that kept him on his back for the entirety of that spell and pretty much just forced him right off of the field.
Yeah. So HolyHammer really needs to get something. Oh, Vindicare's actually going for a Dreadnought again. I think HolyHammer will want to get tier 3 to counter this one. So here comes another Spore Mine call-in. So who is the chosen squad to cap this victory point, I wonder?
So many options.
Where's the zone throw? I can still hear it. Ah, there it is. In the middle. Now about to fire away at those scouts. But the scouts know that it is supportless, so they just go after it. Oh, but scouts are in a pretty shit position again. Maybe this time Hammer will be able to...
It doesn't look like he's quite gonna get there, unfortunately.
So He's just using those bombs as a like
turn, yeah.
While he.
Oh wow! And he pulled that force commander right into that giant pile of melee. Oh man! And see, if he had that thunder hammer right now, he wouldn't even care.
Yeah, but he's got teleport. He doesn't care. So multiple ways of force commander not caring. That Revenant model of course hurts when you want to go tier 3. That's a lot of requisition. And HolyHammer still not losing his form against man. This guy's multitasking is so good.
Yeah, down to a single model, but did manage to get him out of there.
Yeah. They were just they ran into a Devastator, but HolyHammer just noticed it. And when he can snare the Dreadnought to infinity with his sword throw, that's one thing. But he won't be able to kill it with what he has.
There's a lot going on. ASM's now on the field as well.
But he retreats to Gene Stealers instead, which is probably a good idea because he still loses a ton of models.
Yeah, once they get out of the field of that synapse, they're just extremely frail. They were just right in the middle of a big pile of Space Marines.
And ASM right after the Dreadnought, so of course HolyHammer is kind of wondering where Vindicare has got all those resources. I mean, Force Commander Echo. So HolyHammer's got a second zone throw. He should. He probably already stopped reinforcing his home against. I think it's been a long time since Vindicare last lost a model. There was not a scout, so no wonder that he's able to pump out a lot of units. Vindicare is almost pop capped now. Oh, a force barrier. You don't see that very often.
Well, now that his Librarian's war gear has been reduced in cost so much, you've been seeing the staff show up a bit more.
So now we will probably see.
If push back here, that Dreadnought could be in a lot of trouble.
Yeah, well, he probably will get pushed back here, I'm pretty sure. And the turnip melee block is really reigning supreme on everything that Vindicare has, but at the same time the scouts are keeping the entire map and the Dreadnought is really not in danger of going down because there's not a lot of AV on the field. Only snare on this own
The assaults are back on the field again, combined with a point-blank smite on that mid-block.
I don't know if the Soviets really want to fight against Gene Stealers and all that. I kind of feel
they're kind of hoping for a warrior pop, I'm sure.
Yeah, or maybe the
Librarian's in a lot of trouble. He does use the quickening and get out of there.
That hurt. But
yeah.
the Dreadnought is pretty
Oh man, and there goes another warrior, almost losing the Gene Stealers to that synapse bomb.
He probably wants to. Oh, here comes the.
Oh wow!
There's a snare on him, and Dreadnought will go down. I guess.
There it goes.
I don't really understand why Willie hasn't pulled him back.
No, he's pushing so hard right now when I feel he doesn't need to.
And the scouts are also probably. Yeah, they are. So I feel like Hammer kinda out-microed Vindicare in that fight. But Vindicare, while all this was happening, has kept basically the entire map with one scout.
I mean, there's only...
And now it's...
Hammer has just the one natural wreck and one power point to himself. There goes the Lictor. That's probably...
Well, I wouldn't call it GG already, but it's looking pretty grim, that's for sure. Because the one Devastator squad is also covering the entire left side of the map.
Yeah, I mean, he hasn't been able to do anything about that the entire game.
May all Tyranids join you in death.
Vindicare also pushing now into tier 3. We'll have plenty of red to call in whatever he wants once he gets the wrecking power for it.
If he gets Terminators with Flamer, that will really, really hurt, because that does a lot of damage.
You can see the force or the librarian using that force barrier so far back.
What the fuck is up with the Devastator? Shooting right on top
Wow,
of me.
that was a really far shot.
What was up with...
Salt's kind of jumped a little prematurely, got wrecked, the Gate of Infinity saving him at the last possible second.
So I was about to say that was a completely retarded move, but he saved it nicely, so maybe it was planned all along. Still lost two models though. And we will be seeing Terminators in, I don't know, 20 seconds, I guess, roughly.
And it looks like the Zoanthropes were enough to scare off those Devastators out of that building finally.
Well, I'm not sure. I think Vindicare needs a good engagement, even with Terminators. This melee blob of the Nids with the Gene Stealers and the Adrenal Glands Warriors, that's pretty scary.
The enemy falters, but he is not yet beaten.
I don't understand why he didn't get Thunderhammer. If he would have got Thunderhammer, then every melee unit would just be, well, knocked back.
What's wrong with the,
One of our initiates has fallen.
The cast is down, it looks like.
oh no.
Oh no. Oh no, indeed.
Yeah, this is a good game to not be casting.
Can you look for a second what's happening?
Yeah, I mean, according to... I don't know, according to XSplit, it's working fine.
This victory will long be
And Hammer retreats, concedes as he sees the
Oh.
Soul Terminators. So we didn't miss that much, I guess. Well.
Alright,
That's-
let me turn off the broadcast and kick it back on.